Aries, you already know what you need to do. You've known for weeks, maybe months, but you haven't done it because it's going to change everything. The Two of Swords. This is someone sitting with a blindfold on, arms crossed, two blades in the air, perfectly balanced, perfectly frozen. That's you right now, and this card is your trap for April. But here's the thing, April won't let you stay here, because on April 1st, the full moon in Libra lights up your relationship axis, and on April 9th, Mars, your ruling planet, enters your sign for the first time in 2 years. The stillness is about to break. The question is whether you break it on your terms or it breaks on its own. Welcome to the Hidden Gate Tarot. So let's talk about what this card is actually doing for you. So the Two of Swords isn't confusion. Confusion doesn't know what the options are. You know exactly what the options are. You just don't want to choose because choosing one thing means losing another. For Aries, this is almost always about a relationship, a partnership, a dynamic with someone where the balance of power has been negotiated, maybe for a long time. And somewhere in that negotiation, you stopped saying what you actually wanted because it was easier to keep the peace. So the blindfold on this card isn't ignorance. It's voluntary. You put it on because seeing the truth clearly would force you to act, and acting would cost something. But look at where April starts. April 1st, the full moon in Libra. Libra sits directly opposite you on the zodiac wheel. Full moons illuminate. They make hidden things visible. Whatever you've been holding in stasis, a conversation, a boundary, a decision about someone, gets lit up. You can't pretend you don't see it anymore. And then April 5th, the sun is in your sign and squares Jupiter in Cancer. That square is tension. It's the part of you that wants to expand and to grow and to move, running headfirst into emotional attachment, into comfort, into the fear that if you change the arrangement, you'll lose the security. The trap of the Two of Swords isn't that you can't decide. It's that you've decided not deciding is the decision. And April is about to show you the cost of that. Here's the interface, Justice, card number 11. And if you know this card, you know it doesn't negotiate. Justice is not about being nice. It's not about compromise. It's about what is true, what is fair, what is structurally correct, even when it's uncomfortable. This is your interface for April, the mechanism that breaks the stalemate. Here's what happens mid-month. April 9th, Mars enters Aries, your planet, your sign. For the first time in about 2 years, you have your full engine back. Energy returns, courage returns, the willingness to be direct, that returns. But Mars doesn't arrive alone. On April 13th, Mars meets Neptune in Aries. Neptune is fog, an illusion. So there's a window right around mid-April where you feel the fire come back, but the picture is still slightly blurred. You might be tempted to act impulsively, to blow things up without clarity. Justice says no, not like that. Justice says the truth has to come first. The honest conversation, the acknowledgement of what's actually fair, not what you want to be fair, not what the other person claims is fair, what is fair for both sides. Then on April 14th, Mercury enters Aries. Now you have the words. Mars gave you the courage, and Mercury gives you the precision. This is when the conversation happens, the one you've been avoiding. And on April 17th, the new moon in Aries. This is your new moon, the first real intention-setting moon of the entire zodiac year, landing in your sign. Whatever you speak into existence around this date has power. but only if you've cleared the air first. Only if justice has done its work. The interface is the moment the blindfold comes off and you say what's real. And here's the key. The Magician, card number 1, the very first card of the major arcana after the Fool. And notice what's on the table in front of the Magician. The cup, the sword, the wand, the pentacle, every tool, every element, everything you need is already there. That's your key for April. You don't need to go find something new. You don't need someone's permission. You don't need a sign from the universe. You have everything you need. You just need to pick it up and use it. After April 17th, once that new moon has reset your cycle, look at what's happening. April 19th, Mars meets Saturn in Aries. Saturn is structure, discipline, consequence. And the very next day, Mercury catches up to both of them. You have Mars, Saturn, and Mercury all stacked in your sign within 24 hours. That's not a coincidence. That is the universe handing Aries a blueprint. Desire, structure, communication, all at once. The Magician doesn't hope things will work out. The Magician decides what happens and then arranges the elements to make it real. That's the energy available to you in the second half of April. So the Two of Swords has you frozen. Justice forced the truth, and the Magician says, now that you see clearly, now that the scales are balanced, build something. So the moment you stop waiting for the right time is the moment the right time starts. So here's your April, Aries. Early month, the full moon strips away the illusion that doing nothing is safe. Mid-month, Mars arrives home, and justice forces the conversation you've been avoiding. And by the new moon on the 17th, you've got the Magician's toolkit in your hands. Every element, every resource. The only thing left is your decision to use them. So this month doesn't reward patience. It rewards honesty and then action. If this reading gave you something to work with, subscribe. Every month, I break down what each sign is facing using the trap, interface, and key system. Hit the bell so you won't miss yours.